Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 11th Anniversary Wres11eBration, February 4th, Day 4, Neo versus Riddick. Happy anniversary, everybody. I am the Sentinel.
And I am JOSHAGEDDON. There has been so much wrestle-braiding going on, I'm down to a nub.
Well,
it hurts now.
Well, that nub is going to have to get a little bit longer because we got a hell of a show here for you here tonight with a monstrous main event, the biggest main event of all time in Colonial Impact Wrestling history. But we begin with Neo versus Riddick. First of all, happy anniversary, JOSHAGEDDON. Now, folks, before you are wondering, because it seemed like the pattern of commentary would be that Abizzle would be on this night, and he was scheduled to be here. But regrettably, I have to inform you that 9 years ago, Abizzle suffered a C4 vertebrae fracture in a bad car accident. And those 2 kg kicks from Jack Black last night, we didn't realize this at the time. AB's adrenaline kind of powered him through it, but actually caused significant swelling in that C4 area. And so he had to go to the hospital shortly thereafter. He was in immense pain. And they have been monitoring him ever since. So for his health, regrettably, he's not able to be here tonight, but we thank you, JOSHAGEDDON, for filling in at a moment's notice to come and take care of this matchup between these two and the rest of the biggest Wres11eBration we have had to date.
You're welcome, man. And
get well,
just like the hashtag Save a Referee Fund, we've also established a new fund, hashtag Save Abizzle, today. If you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Not necessarily in that order.
I'm going to steal that and trademark it because that is amazing.
You better.
In comes Riddick, and I appreciate that. And Neo and Riddick, now, let's talk about this matchup. The Shades of Black were formed with Agent 47 when we launched in 2014. And during that time, they won the tag team titles at August Asylum after Wario abandoned Team Mischief. They later lost the belts to the Street Fighters, won them back at Revelation at the relaunch, at Wres11eBration 6, when we relaunched 5 years ago. Lost them a year later to Dirty Wah. Participated in the 6-on-6. Oh, and a clothesline from Neo. In Satan's Soldiers, they were the final 3. Riddick ended up winning that matchup, not that elbow drop. Had a triple threat on Saturday Night Hype for about 40 minutes with Agent 47 to work out their problems, and as you know, AB, evidenced by this joke, it only made things worse, as referee Kevin James count almost up to 5. A 5 count would have been a disqualification.
And then just proceeded to elbow drop his toe.
Well, and during that 40...
Get away from Kevin James!
Well, and during that 40 minutes, there was a lot of talk about hazing pranks, why Riddick and Agent 47 went bald because of Neo's hazing pranks. There was the dispute over leadership. They went on a huge losing streak, and of course, it culminated at No Man's Land when it was a 4-on-4 Shades of Black against the Greasy Green Gigolos. Big boot from Neo. And Riddick basically stabbed Neo in the back, even though Riddick ended up being pinned first. But it was then revealed that all of that hazing pranks, it was just festering. And then Neo sent Agent 47 up to Rochester on a fool's errand business proposition so he could add John Wick as an assassin. And here comes the elbow drop and the push-ups from Riddick.
Finally, this is like Riddick's first offensive move.
I know, it has been all Neo here to start. And then once John Wick came in, they formed the Keanu connection as Neo takes a powder. The first matchup between these two is when John Wick arrived at Autumn Asylum 2024. We saw John Wick hose Agent 47 on day 2.
Oh yeah,
that was sad, man. That was sad. But
I also would not want to fuck with John Wick.
Yeah, but
after seeing that,
but Keanu won that matchup. Neo. It was by countout, I believe, because John Wick got in, but it was, nefarious. And Riddick has a point to prove here, and once again, I have to establish that Michael Corleone's edict means that no interference from factions. If you show up, you're instant fired.
And honestly, that's the way it should be, and for this humongous, monumental event, I wouldn't have it any other way.
And Neo just looked like an iron claw.
It looked like he was trying to cram Riddick's glasses into his own
cover
face.
From Neo, 1, and only 1 from Riddick.
So who do you have winning this matchup, Sean?
Well, Riddick has proven himself to be a very formidable singles competitor. Had a hell of a feud with Wario that he came out on top of until Wario reformed with Waluigi against them, ironically enough. And now it's just like a wrenching leg, and that used to be take a drink or a scoop of ice cream. Folks, here is Wrestle-Bration 11. We're celebrating. If you are of age, take a drink, a real drink.
I'm a teetotaler, so I refuse.
Or Monster, or whatever your beverage of choice is. Even if it's water, take a big old gulp. Y'all need to hydrate. Hydrate or dihydrate. And now, a big power slam.
There we go, Riddick, using his power to his advantage.
Well,
he does have the size advantage.
That's where he's going to excel here against Neo. But Neo is an incredibly smart individual. We have seen him be relatively the brains of this faction on a number of occasions. These two former two-time CIW tag champions.
And man, it just makes me wonder what they could have been if they all got on the same page.
Yeah, and it just never materialized. In the entire time, and now, oh God, look at this. Got a double chicken wing.
Neo showing some of his own power. Yeah,
that's impressive by Neo. They're covering too close to the ropes.
Way too close to the ropes.
As this show has got a number of big-time matchups. We have, speaking of Team Mischief, they are having their return match against Hellfire and Brimstone. No countouts, based on what happened last time at Revelation. Cover from Neo again. One and only one.
Man, Riddick is so powerful, just kicking out of all of this at just one. Just very resilient.
Well, it's also showing the urgency that Neo has in keeping Riddick down, knowing that Riddick has been able to sustain a very large amount of punishment. You know, he was the sole survivor of that 6-on-6 against Satan's soldiers.
And I just saw Neo looks like he's a little winded. He needs to be careful with those power moves because that's just tiring him out.
Yeah, well, Riddick is not a small man. You know, 6'5", 280 at least.
Oh no!
And now he's yelling at Kevin James from the top rope.
Wait
a second. And, what a double axe handle. And, Riddick got a punch in, countering with a big punch to the gut.
That was a perfectly timed counter right there.
He saw the... Oh, no, come on, Neo. Come on.
Dude.
We don't need this. We have had enough referees assault over the course of this show. How many chairs have we seen? Stop this, people.
We're going to get to a point where we just end up breaking the Saber Ref Fund.
I know. And folks, the only way that you can help recontribute into that fund is to like, is to share, is to subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you think about the show. Good, bad, indifferent. We don't care. We want to hear from you, and the referees need to hear from you to save a referee today.
Their livelihoods depend upon it.
These referees take an insatiable amount of punishment, as we have seen many referees get bodied. Oh, God, a punch to the back of the bald head.
I'm pretty sure in some sporting leagues that strike is illegal.
Well, not in CIW. It's not. You see how many low blows are on this show normally?
I know. A lot of messages being sent.
Yeah, and another big push-up elbow.
At this point in the match, I would focus on winning. I think the showboating and the hot dogging is a little.
Fun facts. Fun facts. Riddick is actually vegetarian, and now he's busted open.
And now he's bleeding everywhere because he's vegetarian. And, maybe he wouldn't be bleeding everywhere if he was a meat freak.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, but his head is bleeding pretty profusely. And but you were talking about the exhaustion of Neo, and now a big bulldog.
Oh, beautiful bulldog. I love the headlock into the bulldog a lot more than just grabbing them by the head and slamming them on the face. It just looks pretty.
Yeah, but you know what isn't pretty? It's big punches to the face. As this got very personal.
Vegetarian knuckle sandwiches.
Well, this got very personal when Keanu and the Keanu Connection sued for the Shades of Black intellectual property when we had a tag match to resolve. The Shades of Black actually ended up winning, which is Agent 47 and Riddick. And then, of course, we found out the female associates that have joined both of these factions, Black Cat with Neo and John Wick, and Evie Hammond with Riddick and Agent 47. As
I have a feeling it was because of the lack of hair that Evie Hammond was like, ooh, this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say, like would like, but that does kind of happen sometimes. I mean, remember the Straight Edge Society? You know, that's kind of what they are, but they're not as straight edge. Let's just put it that way. And now went for a big slam. More, oh God, steel steps. Big steel steps slams right into that bleeding head of Riddick. This has gotten so personal. And you know, Josh, again, these guys were so crucial to CIW's initial success. It breaks my heart to see this for this faction, as much as they made life hell for us in CIW at times. It's just disappointing. They're such icons.
Yeah, one thing I did notice, though, when he was slamming Riddick's head into the steps, that cut just got bigger and deeper.
Yeah, oh yeah. And, you know, you can see, I mean, I can see from here the pool of blood on the steps. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
We won't get a camera shot of it. You know, kids watch this show. It's okay if it's on the canvas, but, you know, the classy thing to do is not to show a pool of blood beyond, you know, the parameters of what our wide shot entails. But in any event, these two, and another power slam. I don't know how Riddick has the power to withstand that. And his head
there we go.
Yeah, his head's got to be throbbing.
Yeah, but, and every time his heart beats, more blood's going to come out. That's just how the anatomy.
That's how anatomy works.
101.
And considering that wound was open sizably with that, and another elbow drop swatted down.
That was a nice evasion
as
there.
Riddick has been.
I'm just thinking about this. It's a good thing he's wearing glasses, because normally you'd think the blood would just be getting into his eyes.
Yeah.
But it might be obstructing his vision a little bit.
Oh, God. Well, this isn't going to help matters. And now the electrical cord from the table choking him. Just, God. And dear Lord, avert your eyes, kids. And God, this is
children, if you're watching this program, shame on your parents, but also thank you for your patronage.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, and comment before you leave, and ask your parents if you can watch it, and then come back and watch it. Elbow drop.
That one connected somewhat.
It was kind of in a backwards order. Tony Khan would be proud of that bump.
Yeah.
And in any sorry, that was an unnecessary pot shot at Riddick, and Riddick doesn't deserve that, man. He's an honorable wrestler.
Tony Khan does. All pot shots at Tony Khan are just beyond necessary.
No, I'm saying Riddick doesn't deserve that. Low blow, message sent. As this match, these two have been beating the absolute hell out of each other, and a big right hand. Just clocked him with a big right hand.
Off his feet with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Riddick, he is such a powerhouse. You know, he doesn't skip leg day, although it looks like he's kind of top heavy. You know, he gets his squats in, you know, and you can tell by the amount he's able to do. Nice headlock takeover there.
Man, he's still a little woozy, because you can just see the blood just dripping down from him.
Yeah, that wound is not closed. And now look at this. More testicular torture. This time from Riddick on to Neo.
Not the little baby Neos.
And the Matri. Is that what multiple Matrix would be?
Got the little Matrix babies.
Yeah, that's But time was not, in fact, stopped on that occasion, as much as Neo would have liked. And Neo again to the top rope. What's he doing here? And this time, Riddick again sees it coming.
But Neo also saw Riddick getting into the ring, so he changed what he was doing, and he landed on his feet on the outside. So that was also smart.
Yeah, he sure did. And, you know, Neo, I mean, there's no debate. He was kind of the MVP of the Dark Alliance back in that 6-on-6 a couple of years ago, as he was in for pretty much the entire time before he was eliminated by Waluigi or Satan, I believe.
And just gets launched. He might have landed on the steps on the way down.
Yeah, I think he did land on the steps.
Oh,
no. Now Riddick with an elbow drop connected. Riddick, when he went to the top, it counted. But when Neo went low, it counted just as much.
How do you not have a cracked sternum after that?
Well, and I do appreciate referee Kevin James kind of letting these guys fight it out. Kind of a slower count than normal on that effort. Knowing how personal it is. Kevin's been with us for the entire time, too. He's done a number of officiating on these two matches.
And he's done a great job, aside from catching strays now and again.
Oh, yes, far too many. Kevin, I mean, Dear God, the
We're
amount we have
sorry.
had to pay Kevin over the past 11 years. Oh, Lordy. That's why, basically, Kevin's the reason why the Save a Referee Fund exists.
Yeah.
And wait a second. Matrix
No.
onto the floor!
Oh, and up against the barricade,
Up on
too.
the barricade and
nasty.
right onto the already wounded skull. And that might be it. Just get him in the ring and go for a cover, and you might have this.
I would I would have been fine with a count out.
Yeah, well, it looks like Riddick would not have been fine with either of those, because he's still trying to fight his way back in this.
Oh, man, but he did look really woozy when he got back in the ring.
Absolutely. And this was really going to determine who would have been the leader. And
How was he able to get that double squat suplex? That was impressive.
Dude, the strength of this man. And could that do it? Cover 1, 2, and only 2.
Ooh,
as Neo barely kicks out.
Bro.
God,
Man.
this match bringing both of these guys to the limit. Here to open up day 4.
Man, this has been back and forth. Who's going to win this thing? What an
Yeah.
opening contest for day 4 here tonight.
Yeah, it has seriously been back and forth. Riddick bleeding a lot. And you have to imagine that is not helping the longer this match goes. And
Absolutely
Neo
not.
still going to the top, and this time Riddick not even going to let him out.
Just knocked him off the top. That was a nice little interception there.
Well, and that might cost Neo. Trying to go one step too far, and that's definitely going to cost Neo. Because it's the Riddick clutch. It's the Riddick clutch. Very few men either kick out or tap out from this devastating maneuver. Could this end it here? And Neo taps. Neo taps.
There we go.
As Riddick wins the day. As the Keanu connection who have put this man through hell that we didn't even know about for 11 years finally gets some redemption here tonight. Your thoughts, Josh, again?
That was a hell of a match, and I'm very happy for Riddick. He needs to get that cut looked at. That looks pretty bad.
Yeah, but the resilience of this man to fight through it, to grit through the pain and get through it on the other side with a very definitive victory for the Shades of Black here to open up day 4 of the Wrestle-bration here, the 11th year running. How has it been this long? But Riddick getting some vindication.
I feel so old.
And speaking of guys who've been here from the start.
Dear God.
This matchup.
Dear God.
Now, we saw the tag team matchup between these two at Revelation end in a cowardly countout after Team Mischief seemingly had the Grim Reaper and Satan pretty much beat. So in this matchup, Michael Corleone has announced that there will be no countouts in this matchup. So they will not be able to get a countout victory, will Hellfire and Brimstone. As Team Mischief, whenever they lose, no matter whether it's clean or unclean or dirty, which thankfully, or that is now a pit of spite and rage that we don't usually see from these two, but when we do, it is ugly. But these two, I mean, after that, and all of this started because Wario pinned Satan in a triple threat at Thanks Grappling 4 in the Tournament of Champions. And when Wario was actually pretty close to beating Kratos in the main event, the Grim Reaper appeared, tombstone Wario. They got the intentional count out at Revelation. And now, and of course we have the history between Satan and Waluigi with the Satan soldiers. We kind of alluded to it with the Dirty Wah reference.
Yeah.
As these two, who you got in this matchup when the coward's way out is no longer an option for Hellfire and Brimstone?
I honestly still don't know. Like, I partially want to go for Hellfire and Brimstone just so they won't, like, I don't know, curse me or anything if I dare pick against them. But I don't know. It's hard to pick because Dirty Wah, Wario, and Waluigi, they've been a staple of CIW for a long time. They've been dominant. Honestly, it could be the flip of a coin in this one.
Yeah, the first ever tag team champions were Team Mischief. We kind of alluded to it in the match before. They only lost the belt because Wario walked out on Waluigi 11 years ago, which led to a series of very, very brutal matches between the two. But they have since resolved their issues a lot better than their counterparts have. And have reunited here and reunited back at Autumn Asylum against the Shades of Black, and now it has come to this. As the Grim Reaper, I believe the phrase you would use would be saunters his way to the ring.
Or sachets his way to the ring.
Yes, well, and the Grim Reaper, who is basically involved with a lot of the legislative and paperwork faction of Helheim, while Satan does a lot of the administrative work. And they work pretty well as a team on that basis, but a lot of what has made them efficient has been converting people, has been sneaking up from behind, making the lights go out, then just disappearing randomly. It's
those weird ass cupcakes that one time.
All the blurring, all those cupcakes. Well, I mean, to be fair, I do have to give the smallest, teeniest bit of thank you to Satan for that little teeny tiny bit of sugar that I had right before the matchup. Made the difference. It's why I did not die. If you want to know why I am alive, that is why I did not die.
Yeah, I'm glad you're still with us in one piece, because I was concerned for a lot of that matchup.
Thank you, and it hurt. I did not experience the pain. It hurt. But here comes the pain. And I'm not talking about an F5. I'm talking about an SOB in Satan, the first ever CIW champion. That is, I mean, he and I have had a weird relationship over the years. I won't lie to you. But and you can see the intentional blurring. You've seen them do this before. Just to Satan doing that to say, shut the fuck up to me. I understand.
you know not of what you speak.
Satan just blurred that camera to give me this. All right, message. You want to talk about a message sent. But these two have been petty, and petty. Because they have been, I mean, they lost to Kratos and Shiva after a long history of them when they were causing them a lot of problems. Grim Reaper, of course, costing Kratos the championship. We're going to get into that next, folks. We're going to get into all of that next. But here we go, as I have no idea who is going to win this matchup. All I know is that Kevin, please be careful.
Please, for the love of God.
Please be careful.
And
you know what?
The match started, that little powwow between Waluigi and Wario, I think I saw Wario saying, we can't use countouts this time.
Well,
so they're very much aware.
Well, Wario and Waluigi, they are very smart, and they're not the ones who are trying to go outside the whole time. But now, oh God, look at this, it's Waluigi. But what this tells me is that we're going to get a series of brawls on the outside. This match might devolve very quickly.
It looks like it's already devolving a little bit as we speak.
Well, as we said, when the chip is on the shoulder of Team Mischief, they go hard. We have seen this before. I mean, Wario, former CIW champion, had a very dominant run, one of the most dominant runs of any wrestler in CIW.
Yeah, and it was when he was CIW champion, he went over and won the TIWTF championship. So he was double champion.
That's right, he was double champion for a time. And he beat Pepsi Man, who he feuded with for 60 million years. And and now, I mean that in jest. It was actually quite an entertaining feud. And oh God, that series of strikes from Reaper and then running away from Waluigi.
That uppercut was straight up business.
That was. But then getting out of dodge immediately, leaving Satan to the two of them. And now coming in to come and fight.
That might have been a mistake though. Wario caught that kick and now...
Well, and a German suplex!
Oh, man.
Wario known for his German suplexes, I'll tell you something.
Okay, so I think it's Waluigi and the Grim Reaper who
correct.
Am I correct?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, when they leave the ring for a while and there's no countouts, it's going to be kind of tough to keep up with who's legal in this matchup.
once order is restored, we will all know who's who in this situation. Because pinfalls still only occur in the ring.
Tell me more about order being restored when Team Mischief and Hellfire and Brimstone are in the ring.
Well, I can't argue with that because Team Mischief, to their credit, it's not like they've changed who they are when it comes to being in the ring. We've seen them still do some dirtier tactics in the name of getting a victory, but that's kind of their style. But they've also, I remember the elation from the fans when these two finally reunited and resolved their issues. Cover from Satan, 1, 2, and an elbow drop. Breaks it up there from Wario.
I'm not sure if Waluigi would have kicked out of that. He took that humongous sidewalk slam and then that double DDT.
Yeah, and now both leaving the ring.
And now they're both like, okay, all right, we need to regroup.
Yeah, we need to regroup. Grim Reaper looking for a tag, as now Satan going over there and tagging in the Grim Reaper.
There we go.
And
right
Grim
while
Reaper,
Kevin James was giving Wario the business.
Yeah, Grim Reaper, who has at least one fan on record.
Yeah, just the one.
But honestly, he commented and helped Kevin James survive one of those matches, and we thank him for that. As I don't remember his name, but I do remember him saying he liked the Grim Reaper. So there is at least a fan of the Grim Reaper here in this. Oh God damn!
Oh man!
What a punch!
The Grim Reaper might be the most devastating striker.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to.
Oh man, Grim Reaper, the best pure striker in the business.
Yes, absolutely. Best pure striker. Have we mentioned how the Grim Reaper is the best pure striker?
And he is a
no!
And a big boot to Kevin James!
Oh, damn it!
Come on! Come
You know what Kevin James is thinking right now?
And now a sledgehammer! A sledgehammer while Kevin's down and Grim Reaper just pulling both of them.
And now Kevin James would agree with my assessment that he is the most devastating pure striker in the game.
Well, yeah, it was just a boot, but he didn't have to shoot him off the freaking ropes. Grim Reaper just going totally extra, as you know.
As he's one to do.
Well, and he should be careful because if you hit a referee 5 times, that is in fact a disqualification. So he does have to be careful of being disqualified here.
And
a German from Waluigi onto Satan in the corner.
Man, imagine being Satan and landing right on top of your head with the horns. Like, oh, that must suck.
Imagine being a senior referee with 3 pay raises over the course of 11 years and being asked to officiate this matchup.
And then getting booted in the face.
And then getting booted in the face by one of the biggest dudes in it, which is something to say considering who's in it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just devolving.
Yeah, oh well.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh God, just stomped on Wario's head. Jeez. My God. And that is a heavy sack of bones, ladies and gentlemen. And now a triangle choke. A brutal triangle choke. Wario not tapping out on this occasion.
Didn't the Grim Reaper tag in Satan?
He might have.
It's hard for us to keep up with who's leading.
No, I believe that Satan tagged in the Grim Reaper when Grim asked for tag. Springboard, got him, Mish.
Got him-ish.
I believe that the flail that Grim Reaper made in response count. Oh God! And a half and half. My God, that's way more than creamer, folks. Although Grim Reaper's brains might be cream after that.
Oh no.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, God. And a fall-away slam.
JBL invented fall-away slam.
Well, and I think Waluigi's head might have hit the corner of our table here. That was a brutal shot.
This match has been nuts.
Bonkers.
So far.
But do you expect anything? I mean, with no countouts, oh no.
Oh
no. This man has felled/converted a lot of guys. A Satan's fury, but Satan is not the legal man.
And Waluigi not letting the Grim Reaper capitalize on that.
No, absolutely not. And now instead, testicular torture, if there is such a thing.
If the Grim Reaper has those.
If the Grim Reaper, if there is such a thing, well, something's hurting. But the pelvic bones of the Grim Reaper still in pain.
Just getting a nice
went for a splash, and I think Waluigi might have ducked somewhat. But he didn't duck that.
Oh.
Another big uppercut. It's just these big strikes. Okay, I may have to agree about the pure striker thing now. Regrettably, I mean, Padme Amidala has a case to be made, though. As does Sagat.
And a tag made. Satan's now in this thing.
Oh God. And now both Padme and Satan victorious in their matches here at the Wrestle-Bration. And, and a big boot. Big
He
boot.
just ran over and kneed Wario right in the face.
Yeah, he sure
him off
did.
the apron.
And I think accidentally knocked into Kevin James, too. Satan and Kevin James not friends over the years.
No, not friends at all.
Not friends at all over the years. And too close to the ropes. Wario now in the ring and having it out. And Wario and Kevin James not friends. Really. Kevin doesn't really like any of these people, I don't think. Kevin, I'm kind of sorry I put you in here with these guys. The more that I talk this out, the more empathetic I am to his plight. But in any event, as Waluigi's head's starting to hurt here.
Man, he's in precarious territory. He's right in enemy territory right now.
Yeah, he is. And a big elbow there from Waluigi,
nice
who really needs to make a tag into Wario here.
Yeah, has Wario been legal in this matchup at all?
I don't believe so. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, he needs to tag in Wario.
Well, there's been good frequent tags, and Satan is now just basically daring him to. You know, oh, wait a second. What is this? Man. What is this? And oh, God!
Oh, alley-oop connects, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess that the bombs of Satan work both ways.
Yes.
Oh, God, what a devastating move there.
And that was smart, honestly, because if he powerbombed him like he normally does, he would have basically thrown him into his corner.
Yeah, well, and which, you know, not that we are... Oh, God, nice belly-to-belly from Waluigi.
Suplex.
As Waluigi not afraid to throw some suplexes in his own right. This is a two-time CIW Tag Team Champion is Waluigi. You know, with the only person in CIW to win the tag belt with two different partners.
And very briefly, a former TAW Hardcore Champion.
Yes, and by the way, we're not counting DC's reign of interchangeables as with different partners in that respect, because that's a different thing altogether. And it was one reign until the Greasy Green Gigolo stepped up to the plate last night and finally won the tag titles.
You damn right.
That was absolutely incredible. Folks, if you want to see one of the most purely euphoric moments in CIW history, check out last night. Wrestle-Bration Day 3, it's on the channel. Link is in the description. All that jazz. All of that rhythm, blues, and whatever.
And after you're done checking that out, check out Day 2. And after you're done checking that out, check out Day 1. And the pre-show with one of the greatest match commentaries of all time. With Sean trying not to die for about 30 minutes.
Well, and thanks to Wario, I didn't. And thanks to Satan, I didn't. Thanks to Wario, I was able to get the funding to get that little piece of sugar. But let's not talk about all the debts I've now incurred as a result of that night. Because it's a lot of them. I won't lie to you, it's a lot of them. But in any event, and oh God, this is again devolved as these guys just brought, which I expect nothing less. I mean, we saw this happen with both feuds that these teams had in last year, between Wario and Waluigi and the Shades of Black when they had their whole deal going on, and when Kratos and Shiva fought Hellfire and Brimstone. They hardly ever stayed in the ring.
Yeah, like it's always just absolute chaos whenever these people are involved.
Well, I mean, look at the people involved. A lot of these guys synonymous with CIW for 11 years now. And now, oh God, and Anita Wario.
Oh,
and I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether
pissed Wario off.
Well, I'm not sure whether Satan overshot that. I think he was aiming for Waluigi and accidentally hit Wario, which was not favorable to Satan at this moment.
Wario screaming, "You're gonna hit me, motherfucker!"
Yeah, it was not okay. Well, Wario has also been waiting, chomping at the bit to get into this matchup legally. And now a nice suplex there from Waluigi. As, God, this is just deteriorated. Again.
Yeah.
And wait a damn minute here.
Oh, no.
Not another Satan's Fury to Wario.
Oh, Wario's in serious trouble.
Now get out of the way, Waluigi. Don't fall in the middle of that.
Damn.
As Waluigi,
that was nasty.
He is trying to capitalize on Waluigi's sacrifice. As he is just laying there.
To the enormous chest of Satan.
Yes, but Wario having a little bit more resiliency in that respect. And now got both of them trying to just chop the respective opponents. But the only one choppist allowed on one side of the ring at any given time. And now, oh God, and now throwing him into the barricade.
And that was a hard thud as well.
Yeah, it was. And now all four of these men have taken a considerable amount of punishment here in this matchup. And nice throw down there from Wario.
That was a nice neck breaker.
And a back drop kick from Waluigi.
Damn. That, dude, imagine like having to
Oh no, Kevin just got kneed in the gut from Satan. And now the choke to Waluigi, and of course, it's these two doing what they do best. And oh god.
And what is Wario doing?
And oh god, getting mauled by a chair, as now just hauling that chair down, but Satan getting a little overblown there, and I thought Wario might go for that barbed wire 2x4. And oh no!
Thinking about it.
And a DDT into the chair! And Wario, middle of the ring, busted open, but he's not the legal man.
That is true. It's still Waluigi.
It is still Waluigi.
All over the place.
God, that is brutal. And going for a cover, but you can't win, Satan. He's not legal.
Well, the legal man just got tossed on the floor.
Yeah, he sure did. This has just gotten out of hand, man. And now I'll go again. Come on!
Leave the ref alone!
Leave Kevin alone!
What did Kevin ever do to you?
We have had so much referee assaults and so many weapons being brought out all Wrestle-bration, and all we're trying to do is keep things down the middle. This is some garbage. But of course, it's these guys. And a roll-up, but the referee's not there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on.
Damn it. And the Grim Reaper also, that leg drop broke up the cover, and it also landed on Kevin James' ankle.
This is disgusting.
It's ridiculous.
As Satan and Hellfire and Brimstone, in lieu of not having countouts, have found every other damn way possible to make this. Oh, there we go. Waluigi with a counter. Satan's trying to get that back. Kevin's up, but he was distracted by the Grim Reaper.
Why are you like this?
Oh, wait a minute. Wobble! Where did that come from?
What a response!
Where the hell did that come from?
Cover him!
And now tagging in Wario! Finally getting in the match! And he's... No!
Son of a bitch!
Are you shitting me?
After all
of that, Wario gets in for 0.2 seconds, insta DQ. That is some garbage. And then they just teleported their asses out of here like the cowards they are. And now we go on to this match, trying to digest the last match. As here comes Shiva, who shocked us all when he interfered in the title match before the bell even rang between Kratos and Symbiote Spiderman at Revelation, and kicked Kratos in the head with the Devil Loca, which didn't seem to bother him at first, but the longer the match went, the more devastating it was. And Shiva did it because these two had a hell of a feud at the end of 2023, where Shiva shocked Kratos and won the CIW title from him at Autumn Asylum 2023 with his own Lion's Head jackhammer. Then at Oblivion, Kratos won it back. Then the Grim Reaper tombstone Kratos. Then the Joker cashed in and then left CIW for a year. We're going to get to that. Believe me, we're going to get to that.
We will get to that. And I will have to keep you from jumping over the desk, I feel like.
But these two had that feud where it was 1-1 for the highest stakes. And then, because of the Grim Reaper doing what he did, Kratos got into a feud with Satan and the Grim Reaper. Meanwhile, Shiva beat Satan at the Wrestle-bration 10 to crown a new champion. Satan then assaulted Shiva in the back, which took him out of the tournament. And because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, Kratos and Shiva teamed up and beat Hellfire and Brimstone, culminating in that Hell in a Cell that ended with a Lion's Head jackhammer through the cell. And here comes the Son of the South, the former CIW, both of these men former CIW champions. Kratos unbelievably pissed that his championship opportunity was taken from him as a result of Shiva's actions. He was not at his best that night. And also, not to diminish the credit of Symbiote Spider-Man, that was a hell of a match from Spidey.
That as well.
But Kratos was
from
pissed.
what I understand, these two are like even. This is the rubber match.
Correct. This is match 3. Kratos has won 1, Shiva has won 1, and now here on the biggest stage of them all at Wrestle-Bration 11 Day 4, we find out who the better man is tonight. And knowing these two, we might see a low blow or two, but I highly doubt we're going to see the kind of scumbaggishness that we just saw in the match prior. So I guarantee you there will be a winner here tonight between these two who care about fighting more than winning. But they care about winning most of all. Who you got, JOSHAGEDDON?
I honestly don't know. These two are like mirror images of each other in a way.
Yeah.
They're both just short bursts of absolute destruction.
Yeah. As Kratos,
I don't know. This is kind of like the immovable object versus the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object.
Yeah, it really is. This matchup between these two, I mean, they were blockbuster matchups in 2023. It was incredible. I mean, I couldn't believe it when Shiva won that belt, but he instantly proved himself. Shiva's first match was against JBL, actually.
Yes, I remember that.
And he mowed over everybody casually, including Kratos. But when they had the matchup, when Kratos was ready for him, Kratos emerged victorious. Here we go. Oh, man, I'd hate to use it because it's kind of a trope, but boy, is this a big fight feel and a collar and elbow tie-up squeak. And now, an instant German counter! What a counter from Kratos! And immediately these two
matchup right there.
Woo! Boy, they are ready for each other, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, like you wouldn't think with how just jacked and just intimidating.
And step up Insecurity.
You wouldn't think he would be able to pull off that athletic of a move to land on his feet off a German. Yeah,
well, that goes to show how well they know each other, especially after teaming up with each other for the better part of last year. That only cemented how much they knew. German suplex from Shiva.
Oh, he wasn't able to land on his feet that time. That one connected.
Yeah, Shiva with those educated feet, the master of the Deviloka. Kratos, that Lion's Head jackhammer. Kratos, a two-time CIW champion, even though that second championship run was oh so brief.
Yeah, and it's still kind of a sore spot of contention here in CIW.
And you know, I don't like playing coulda, woulda, shoulda, but you have to wonder what would have happened after that. If that hadn't happened, right? If Grim Reaper didn't do what he did, what would 2024 have been for Kratos? And now, oh God, now just an armbar and exploiting Kevin James's count. Referee 3 and and I actually just got a text from Mike. I know that they look kind of similar. That is Will Sasso. Kevin's taken one match off.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
All the nonsense that just happened in the second match of the night.
Don't blame him at all. He's going to take a match off. So, Will, thank you for being here. Referee Will Sasso coming in to at the pinch nerve. And now, speaking of, God, what a bow and arrow here.
Oh, man. This is not looking good for Kratos.
And Kratos is getting stretched here by Shiva.
And Shiva looks like he's in control for the moment here.
Shiva, a very smart and tactical wrestler. Kratos, just the pure strength and resiliency. And now, a half Boston Crab, a move that we've seen Kratos use. And actually, Kratos beat Wario and made Wario tap with a half Boston Crab to retain the belt in their rematch.
I've been thinking for like the past minute, if these two like just became a tag team, I would be under the impression that the CIW tag team titles, it would not be long before that it was around their waist.
They would make the 777 day reign of DC look like child's play.
Exactly.
But their competitive nature won't allow that.
They wouldn't need 15 other people to do it.
Oh, absolutely. But see, that's the problem with people of the godly stature of these two. Their egos can't allow that. Their competitive nature can't allow that. And that's not a bad thing.
Their ego could fit into this building.
100%. And that's not a bad thing. I don't mean that as a knock to either competitor, right? You know, Deviloka! Shiva hit it on a dime! And that could do it, going for the cover here to win the best of 3, 1, 2, and only 2.
Ooh. Oh, man.
And it's always taken more than one And it is interesting to note that Shiva has never pinned Kratos with the Devil-Oka.
That is true.
And now a rope break. Oh, just a sleeper with a rope break. God, look at the angle.
Man.
God, the strength of Shiva. And Kratos gets right back up. German suplex.
Right into another nasty-looking German.
Well, and again, man. Josh, again, the familiarity, knowing Kratos was just going to just shake that off. So smart, tactically, by Shiva.
Man, Shiva's been in control for most of this matchup. I'm very impressed thus far.
Oh, well, it's...
As soon as I say that.
Yeah, Kratos. But Kratos, that's the thing with Kratos. It doesn't take much for him to get right back in the driver's seat and unleash a devastating set of attacks. Oh, and a low blow.
Oh, there we go.
And another Devil-Oka. Come on, it can't end like that. It can't end like that.
Oh, no.
That would be so heartbreaking. And Shiva, and going for a cover to win it. 1, 2, 3. Only 2 again.
That was closer.
Boy, that was closer
than the first one.
That was closer. And Shiva giving it to Will Sasso here.
That might be a mistake. Might be a mistake.
And now, and Kratos countering the leg this time. But not that time, as Shiva has really maintained his focus here against Kratos.
And Kratos needs to do something big here.
Yeah,
and we know he's capable of it. But before all of that, I was going to say, Kratos pulled out that swinging neck breaker.
Oh, God! Hanging him up on the ropes.
Kratos pulls out that neck breaker when it's more competitive than he was expecting.
Oh, yeah.
That's more of a desperation move for Kratos than anything.
We see a lot of surprising desperation moves from Kratos. A few times we've seen some small packages, a roll-up a few times. Sometimes he will try and get the quick one just to keep you on your toes. But Shiva...
Yeah, normally he's just a bulldozer, but when that doesn't work...
This!
Oh, look at the speed of the airplane spin.
That airplane spin! Oh my God!
He might actually start flying out of the arena.
What was that, 10 revolutions?
Jesus.
Holy Lord! And Kratos just I'm good.
It's like the Hedgehog did an airplane spin, it would be that fast.
That was incredible.
That was nuts.
That was absolutely incredible, but Kratos was just like, all right, I'm good. But you have to give this credit to Shiva. He has stayed on Kratos. He has basically been studying him for a year after losing to him at Oblivion. And another cover here. 1, 2, 3. Only 2 again.
And I think that part of being tag team partners with him, again, was just studying to see, what he does.
And another cover. 1, 2, only 2. But a little more gusto from Kratos.
Getting frustrated.
Oh, sure is. And another cover. Cover here. 1, 2, and only 2 again.
You're going to have to do something else, Shiva.
Shiva is pissed. Shiva is pissed. He came in here with a very sound strategy, too. You can't deny that.
No, I will not. I shan't not deny that.
Yeah, and now, but a big body slam from Kratos. And that might be the big move you were alluding to, JOSHAGEDDON. That could turn the tables in Kratos' favor.
He needs to follow up on it, though.
He absolutely does. And now look at here, going for a big Hindu flip.
Hindu flip.
Well, that's the religion he's based on. Oh, no, come on, Shiva, you don't need to do that. You don't need to take the turnbuckle pad off. But
man,
Shiva's doing everything he can.
Yeah, he must really be frustrated after all those unsuccessful pin attempts.
Well, then 2 Devil-Okas has not kept Kratos down. And now oh, God! What a clothesline!
Oh, damn!
A monstrous clothesline from Kratos.
Man, that clothesline will make... That'll give JBL pause.
Yeah, that was absolutely brutal. And now just wrenching the head. As Kratos may have had enough of Shiva. And a drop kick to the back.
Ooh.
As Kratos starting to build a little momentum. You can see it. He's starting to set Shiva up for something and leaves the ring to confuse Shiva, but Shiva not falling for it. And now going for a roll-up. Going for a roll-up here. 1, 2, and only 2 again. Shiva getting more and more desperate.
Yeah. And that almost got him, though. That almost worked.
It did, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Corey. As now
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, and a yeet toss. As now Kratos starting to feel the effects of those two Devil Okas. As the Devil Oka, that's the devastating thing about it. It's not initially what it does to you. It's what occurs over time that gets you eventually. So Shiva might just be trying to ride this out until it ends up doing Kratos in like it did at Revelation.
Poke to the eyes there. Again, the
now, and another German landing right on that already injured head.
Damn.
Shiva with the game plan here, but he's got to close it. Kratos can come back at a moment's notice. Oh, and Shiva into that exposed turnbuckle!
Right into the exposed turnbuckle that he set up.
Shiva getting what he deserves, and now just body punches and a big right hand. And a counter. And the Devil Oka! Devil Oka out of nowhere!
That's it. That is it.
Wow!
I don't know how he got that, but that is it.
As Kratos was starting to mount some offense, Shiva dug deep and hit a closer. Cover 1, 2, 3. What a matchup.
Damn.
I cannot help but be incredibly impressed as it finally took a third Devil Oka to take down the Son of the South, the two-time CIW champion, Kratos.
How did he even get that? Damn. That was a hell of a match.
And Shiva came in with one of the soundest strategies you could tell that year was not lost on Shiva. What an effort here. What does this mean for Shiva's 2025 getting such a colossal win at the Wrestle-bration? But folks,
up next, ladies and gentlemen,
it's time for the biggest main event in CIW history, without a doubt. I know that sounds hyperbolic, but it is true. This has been 2.5 years in the making. Let me take you back. This is a title for title match. There can only be one champion. Joker versus Symbiote Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man, the CIW heavyweight champion, who has held it for a calendar year as of today, against the Joker, who left the company at Oblivion 2023 after cashing in his big King of the Spring contract. After the Grim Reaper assaulted Kratos, we've litigated it a few times here tonight, because all of these people have all been in each other's business over the past year.
Basically, yeah.
And Joker left with the Flash. But let me take you back and start at the beginning. I'm getting ahead of myself here, as here comes the greatest champion of CIW history, in my opinion. Symbiote Spider-Man.
Just the ovation when he comes out.
He is the most beloved by the fans. He has honorably defended that belt 5 times in the time that he has had that championship. And we don't do title defenses very often in CIW. You know, that is saying something, that he has held that belt and has worked his ass off for that championship. And he has earned every bit of the accolades and love that he gets here from these fans. But let me take you back to Revelation 2022, where Spider-Man leaves the Heroes of Fortune's tag team title shot against Mr. Incredible and Frozone. Here comes this asswipe. And I don't mind talking over his entrance, so while he comes to the ring, we'll talk about him in just a second. Spider-Man gets the call to be in a match against a signing of mine, a mistake, I will openly admit, but one that I had to do for the sake of the feud that you and I were having. I signed the Joker, and Symbiote Spider-Man was his first opponent. Spider-Man went and got beaten down real hard. Lots of corner punches. It was just non-stop punches. That was when the Joker showed up, and we kind of stuck it to you. But on that same night, Spider-Man's spot was refilled by Batman, and Aquaman and Batman won the CIW tag team titles that same Revelation night. The second time these two faced each other was in the finals of that King of the Spring Championship. And folks, that is what it is all about. 2 titles, 1 match. There must be a winner. Who you got before I continue, Josh, again? As if I need to say, I know who you want.
I would love it if Spidey would pull it out. But, you know, the Joker's tenacious and right there, playing mind games.
Yep, immediately leaving the ring as Kevin James back in to officiate this matchup. And there must be a winner, ladies and gentlemen. And folks, just remembering the edict, no members of DC can get involved. They've all been in the matchup. They've all done their deal.
I don't think they would want to get involved for the Joker because he left them high and dry.
Well, and that's what I'm getting to here, because they met at the King of the Spring and the Joker won with the help of the Flash. Well, the Flash was there. The Flash, Joker won and the Flash was there. Now a drop kick, down goes Spidey. And that's when Joker won and formed DC during that tournament, a la the finger poke of doom. Cover here after and immediately, not even respecting the referee.
Okay.
So this is how we're gonna do it, huh?
Oh,
this is how we're gonna do it.
Sean, if the Joker wins this matchup, please don't absolutely lose your mind.
I'm looking at my notes here. I'm trying to recount this to keep my cool, okay? I'm getting there.
Right.
I'm getting there. So anyway, so now the Joker, oh God, we saw this before. This is basically what the entire first match was.
Yeah,
was basically. This and just, oh God. And now just pounding Spider-Man in the corner. Here we go. Well, anyway, Spider-Man pins Freddy Krueger and Johnny Cage and the Prince of Persia at the Wrestle-Bration 10 after the Joker and the Flash left with the belt. Cover here. 1, 2, not like that. No, only 2. Thank God. Spider-Man kicked out.
Not off a punch to the dick, not off a message sent.
But when Joker left the company at Oblivion after cashing in, Spider-Man wins the belt at Wrestle-Bration 10 after beating all those guys, beats Sub-Zero, beats Freddy again, beats Aquaman in a hell. Oh no, here it comes, Ace in the hole! An early Ace in the hole. Come on, Spidey.
Oh,
Kick out Spidey. Come on. You
Spidey.
cannot lose like this. Not this fast. 1,
like this.
2, 3. Oh, thank God.
Oh my God.
Spider-Man kicks out. Folks, I cannot deny my bias. As this man left us high and dry without a champion, Symbiote Spider-Man stepped up to the plate, seized the day, and won the belt. Punch to the dick. Message sent. But Joker also left DC high and dry, cover, and not even a 1 count.
And while he left CIW, he was over in TAW parading around as the quote-unquote real CIW champion, just being a dick.
Yes, when the actual CIW champion, Symbiote Spider-Man, was having the run of his life. And then at Revelation 2024, after Symbiote Spider-Man pinned Kratos, Joker returned, the stare down, we ran out of time, and then this match was made. And it has come to this.
And let's not forget, looks like he's
God, oh wait a minute, that figure 4, we don't see him do this very often. Well, we haven't seen him in a fucking year. That's half of the problem. As now, going for that figure 4, trying to stop that Bellini.
Oh yeah, that is smart. I hate to admit it, but that is smart.
That is incredibly smart from the Joker, knowing that he does not have DC in his corner. Although unless he uses that Forgotten Fighters loophole that we saw, where Johnny Cage apparently joined. I know, I did that last time. I don't mean to do it. Now another cover here off the figure 4-2 and only 2.
Oh, and remember, it wouldn't be the first time that the Joker's felt the Bellini. Remember when you and the Joker had that unsanctioned match on TAW Rivals, and the CIW locker room emptied for you, and Spider-Man got the finishing blow on the Joker.
Yeah, don't remind me about that. That was, I mean, I was happy to win it, but God, oh, and now a reversal roll up 1, 2, and only 2.
Damn it.
As the Joker, Spider-Man nearly caught the Joker. As Symbiote Spider-Man, who has been a hell of a champion for CIW in the absence of this man. And now it all comes to a head. There can only be 1 champion. Oh, God. As these two, the feud that has lasted 2.5 years, as these guys have absolutely started to really beat the hell out of each other, which is no surprise because the stakes could not be higher here in CIW.
Yeah, and the Joker was in control for the first part of this match, but it looks like the pendulum has swung.
Yeah, I was going to say, and now another punch to the dick by the Joker.
Would you leave his dick alone,
You know
Joker?
he won't. You know he won't. You know better than I do that he won't.
He's such an asswipe.
I know. And now Spider-Man vaulting him over the top rope, as that might have given Spidey just a little bit of air that he so desperately needed.
Yeah, collect your thoughts. Don't get too trepidatious.
Yeah.
You need to come up with a game plan, Spidey.
Well, and you can tell the Joker is really been concentrating on the legs of Symbiote Spider-Man, but there's a nice suplex there. Northern Lights-ish.
Momentum here.
As
man.
Spider-Man, his gut's starting to hurt.
Good.
But you know what? We've seen Spider-Man have an absurd amount of resiliency.
That is true.
We have seen Bully McGuire get busted open constantly. That 30-minute Iron Man with Aquaman, who stepped up to the plate in lieu of the Joker's absence, and basically led DC to a historic tag title reign. Bellini! Bellini! He got the Bellini! Come on, Spidey! Spidey, go over there! Get over there and cover him! The cover from Spidey could be over here! 1, 2, 3, only 2!
Son of a bitch!
Only 2! As the Bellini almost did it!
As much as we both despise the Joker, one of the reasons why he's been on top for so long, he's so annoying.
Yeah, he is. And now it's, on a knee after running the ropes. What a knee to the gut.
Right.
And was that Spider-Man's last shot? I don't know what I'm going to do if the Joker wins this thing. I have no idea what I'm going to do.
I'll have to keep you calm somehow.
No, well, there's going to be some hell to pay. I don't know how, but, and now vaulting Spidey over the top. But,
we might
come on.
No,
don't be
Joker,
like that, Joker. Don't be like that, Joker. There's no reason to be like that, Joker.
You piece of...
Come on. And wait a second. Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
That's Aquaman! Aquaman! Aquaman is here! Wait a minute!
I mean, we talked about
Ace in the hole!
Oh, yes!
Aquaman!
Yes!
Just came in here and hit the Joker! And he was friends with Spider-Man first, I suppose. Bleeding!
Come on!
I'm gonna lose my voice here! Come on, Spidey! Spidey, get over there! That is what they deserve!
So many people.
Now the cover here, but Kevin James is still on the outside of the ring. There's no ref, but was it still enough? Aquaman just shocked the world. And now Kevin, come on. Kevin, he's there. I see him. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Spider-Man has done it.
Thank God, with a huge assist.
Aquaman just thwarted but wait a minute. They were both part of DC. Does that mean Aquaman is fired? Did he just sacrifice his job for Symbiote Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Aquaman might have just paid the ultimate sacrifice to keep the Joker from raining more havoc on CIW. What a main event! What a WrestleBration! You've done it, Spider-Man! You are the one and only champion! We'll see you next time!